All right, it's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm back at the upper lot on Kicking Horse, and I'm going to be doing another beginner ski tour today. We're going to do the East Molars. You're able to see it from Rudi's in my last video. I pointed it out. It's just one ridge over from Rudi's. Similar start to Rudi's. I'm going to start at upper lot, ski under Pioneer Chair by the patrol hut, and follow that groom path. But instead of going up towards Race Place, there's going to be a spot in the bush where you kind of cut over and traverse for a little bit. But I'll take a video when I get there. I'm just having some breakfast and relaxing a little bit, starting earlier than I usually would, just because I don't really like people seeing me talking to a camera. So I'm gonna get out ahead of everybody. All right, we're headed to East Molars. This spot might look familiar if you watched the Rudi's Ridge video. This is the bottom of Race Place right here. Only instead of going up towards Race Place, we're gonna cut in just in the trees ahead of me here. And this is both a ski in and a ski out, so just be a little careful if you're doing this later in the day. But alright, I'm 1.2 miles in, and just crossing Cedar Creek here, which is the ski out for Molars. So about here is where you'll go and link up with this skin traverse, and then eventually meet back up with the resort. Alright, this is your first sort of point of interest when you're doing the Molars. There's pretty much two options here. Back here you can go up, and this goes through the trees. It's a little steeper. And then if you're comfortable with it, you can ski. This is just a rock field in the summer. You can skin up across it. It looks like they've put a skin track in pretty far there. But it's a more mellow, easy way to get up. And they both meet up, so all roads lead to Rome, I believe. Got just an absolutely beautiful morning here. You can see I've dropped my jacket. It's just too warm, and the sun's coming out. It's rising behind me somewhere. Skin track. Somebody put in a proper one. It's nice and mellow, as opposed to the one I put in on Rudi's. Night and day difference. It's perfect. Alright, so it's been, let's see here, it's been about 2 hours. I've been working my way up. Just kind of put my head down and got it done. I've just made the ridge here of the East Molars. So ahead of me is sort of the top where I'll be skiing from. This is sort of the northeast face here. I'm not going to be skiing this, but if you are looking for a gladed safe run, this east stuff is awesome and super safe. I said a little earlier that your exit will be Cedar Creek. If you ski this, you'll end up just somewhere along the traverse. Could be anywhere really, but once you hit the traverse, you'll know you're done and you can make your way out. Okay, so I'm up here on the East Molars, east part of the ridge here. So just ahead of me is where I'm headed to. But really right here, if you're skiing towards the east or the northeast, you can kind of get in here, drop really anywhere. The further up you get here, it gets a little corniced, so there are a few places you could drop into those trees from up here, but just be careful of getting too close to that ridge there. And so here, we're kind of just in the middle of a cloud layer, but that's Rudi's ridge right over there. That big rock face is sort of where I was standing, somewhere along there yesterday and taking that video. So this is the south face. This is what I'm going to be skiing. I'm going to get up a bit further. I'm going to ski in one of the more open faces. Just had enough glade skiing yesterday, so I'm going to do something a bit more open. And then this is Cedar Creek, I believe it's called. And that will be my exit right back down to the traverse we were on earlier. This is probably going to be the biggest hazard for today. This creek, it's probably going to have open water with how warm it's been, and even in good conditions, it's just made up of huge boulders, so it develops very large rocks and stuff that you can just fall right into. Or it develops very large holes that you can fall right into from the rocks. So I'm going to be careful going through there. Okay, so I've moved a little bit further along the ridge here. The molars go for quite a while, so really you can be as adventurous as you want. For me here today, this is where I was planning on dropping, and the visibility is getting worse, so quite happy to stop here and ride this. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be riding the stealth aspect here. This is not something you want to be riding on a high avalanche race day. I'm not going to talk too much about avalanches because you should have taken a course on that already. But that is East Molars. And first things first, as a matter of safety, you're going to want to get out your Diet Coke. Can't be too difficult if a guy did it in a t-shirt carrying a Diet Coke, right? That took me 2 hours and 40 minutes to get up here. We're at 7,670 feet, which is almost exactly the same as Rudi's. It's just over there, can't see it right now. And I ascended 3,500 feet, which is almost the same as Rudi's. Over 3.8 miles, which is about a mile longer. So All right, sun came out a little bit, so got my skis on, I'm ready to go. I'm pretty psyched. I can see that I'm actually on a bit of a roll over here, so I'm gonna go towards the left, come around at it a little bit lower just to be safe, but got good visibility, and I learned a little bit more about this camera from the last time I used it, so hopefully this video will look a little bit better. But do it. I mean, how nice was that? All right, getting into the fun stuff here. All right, just wanted to stop here for a sec. Yesterday I did Rudi's and I was pointing out a ramp that you can use to get into the Molars here. So that's the ramp right here, and you can see some tracks on it, and you can ski right down and then skin up right over there, and that'll get you into the Molars also. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day, because that little ramp there is quite fun. Decide where to drop. I think I want to drop down here. Now we're in the proper creek here. Gets a little hazardy, and I'm sure you'll get to see me fall the bunch. Creek is in amazing condition. The best I Wow, that was a lot of fun. At this point though, you want to really keep your eye open for the exit, which is right here. Don't miss it. Hope you're having as much fun watching as I am skiing this. Nice too. All the snow falling from the trees. Quite nice. That was just an awesome day. Alright, we're back at the van. That was East Molars, and I hope you enjoyed.